Let me show you how we can completely deactivate and also enable Gemini or Google Assistant on your Motorola smartphone. So if you want to completely turn off Gemini or Google Assistant on your Motorola, first we need to go to Settings. Now in Settings, you want to search for the Google option, and we want to go over there. And then once you open Google Services, go to All Services in here and search for the Search Assistant and Voice option. Now in here, we need to go to Google Assistant. Even if you use a Gemini, you want to choose Google Assistant. And in fact, if you do use Gemini by default, then you want to go to Digital Assistants from Google, and you want to switch to Google Assistant. If you already use Google Assistant, then of course you can skip this specific step. Now, once we do that, we need to scroll down in the settings a little bit and find General. And now we need to deactivate Google Assistant over here. And there we go. Of course, besides that, if you want to get rid of a bunch of different shortcuts that we have that allow us to activate Gemini or Google Assistant, then in this case you can search for gestures in settings, then find power key option, and then in here you want to make sure that Digital Assistant is not selected, so you can, for example, switch to the power menu. If you don't have it in the gesture settings, just search for power key or power button setting, and usually then you can choose what would happen when you press and hold the power button. Besides that, what you can also do, let's actually go back to gestures, and we can go to system navigation, and then in here, if you use gestures for navigation, you can go to settings for gesture navigation, and then we have a swipe for assistant. This is a gesture that allows you to swipe from the bottom left or bottom right corner in words in order to activate Gemini or Google Assistant. So if you want to completely deactivate everything, then of course you can turn this option off as well. Now on the other hand, if you want to fully enable Gemini or Google Assistant on your Motorola smartphone, then of course you can revert to these changes first, so you can reactivate all of these shortcuts and the gestures. And also, if you want to activate Gemini back again, then we can go to the Google folder in the app drawer and search for the Gemini app. If you go over here, you can tap on the turn on and then confirm that you want to use Gemini, and now Gemini is completely reactivated again. You can once again use it just like before. And on the other hand, if you prefer to use Google Assistant instead, then we can tap on the Google account here in the upper right corner, and then we have this option, switch to Google Assistant. So of course you can switch to the older assistant if you wish to do that. On the other hand, if you do not have the Gemini app on your phone, then what you can do is, of course, you can just simply go to the Play Store and install the Gemini app for free from the Play Store. There we go. Just search for Google Gemini and you should be able to get it on your phone. And that is pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.